What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Streamer. Now, Streamer Network has some decent amount of users, has some decent amount of holders across their networks, and there's a fair few things going for it in a real positive way. I have a couple causes for concern that I want to talk about as well, in terms of what this can do. Now, I think this can still do some gains in price, but I think they're limited. And I'll explain why in this video. But I think it's got a shot of doing some decent price appreciation, but there's definitely a couple of issues. So I'll go through them in this bit. But before I get into that, guys, if you are new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. These were their prices when I recorded the videos about them. And you can go through the old videos and see. These are the current prices. And if you were still holding these coins, say you put in $100 into each of them and you were still holding them. Firstly, what are you doing? Because, you make an investment, you've got to sell it, you've got to bank your profits. But if you were still holding them and you wanted to sell them today, you'd still, doing everything wrong as an investor, be able to bank around 12k in profit, which is pretty good, given that you did everything wrong. But what you should have done, because obviously buy low, sell high, you should sell when the markets were rocketing up in 2021, like I did, my friends did, my followers did, members did. If you had, then $100 into each, a total of a $2,600 investment, would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. So there's a big difference between doing the right and wrong thing. Now, as I said, I sold them all, so they're not what I own. But if you want to see the coins that I own right now, my long-term investments in this crypto space, then you can. Just go over to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my entire portfolio. I let the members know anytime I buy or sell any coin. Now, whenever I'm talking about the coins that I hold, I talk about the coins, the gains I think they can have, the percentage of my money that I'm putting into them. And then if members want to copy along, they can. And if that sounds good to you, trying to find the next big gainer or finding the next big gainer without having to do 10 or 15,000 hours of research, then go read the site. Now, everything you read on the site, you can verify on this channel. And if you like what you read, come join me there. And if you don't, then obviously don't join. But we release videos every day talking about the markets if you're interested in what the market's going to do on a day-to-day basis. And we also have a ton of tutorials. So if you're a beginner in crypto, these tutorials are exactly what you need. But like I said, go read the site and remember that you can verify everything you read on this channel. Now, Streamer. Streamer is currently priced at 3.5 cents. It's got market cap of 27 million. Trading volume's okay for a 27 million market cap. It's not amazing. And it generally it stays over $1 million most days. In terms of trading volume, it does have good days where it spikes as well, but generally not too bad. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what Streamer is, it's an open source project and a decentralized platform that relies on cryptography instead of trust. It's a peer-to-peer real-time data infrastructure, so it houses a platform and tools for a new data economy. The tech stack includes a scalable real-time messaging network hosted on computers worldwide. And there are tons of nodes, to be fair. There's like nearly 6,000 nodes working globally. The nodes earn a 33% yield, APY. And look, in terms of the instant messaging protocol that it has, it works really, really well. You can click on any node, you can have a look, you can explore the nodes, you can see what they are. You can also see how the nodes are connected with one another. Now, the Streamer Net ecosystem is built upon Ethereum. It's also on Polygon, it's on Genesis, it's on Binance Smart Chain. They're also integrated with Helium, Swash, Demo, Redstone, and Airweave. Now, in terms of the ecosystem of Streamer, it's not bad. And their goal is a bulletproof transport layer for data. that allows you to connect the data to the rest of the world. So the whole premise is powering your Web3 stack with real-time communication. So you can sell access to your data streams with their smart contracts in the marketplace. You can leverage data union frameworks to pay your users for providing data. It runs anywhere JavaScript runs, which again, JavaScript's like the most popular programming language in the world, so that's very, very useful. It's also censorship resistant, which again, in a time of massive censorship of most platforms, that's a nice thing. And their tech stack is a layer 0 protocol. So no requirement of trust. Now, above it, blockchains are used for identity, security, and payments. Currently, Ethereum and XDAI. On top is the application layer, including the data union framework, marketplace, and core. The streamer ecosystem is these projects that it collaborates with, and as you can see, there's a few there. There's some not bad ones. There's several that are built on Streamer, so you've got Redstone, Pave, Swash, Kraken, Tracy, Demo, Republic, and Unbanks. And there are also institutions and DAOs that are partnered with Streamer as well. You've got the API3 DAO, you've got DDST, Radical Exchange, the Austrian Institute of Technology, XLab as well. And there's a number of enterprises. Now the enterprises in particular are a real big plus. Hewlett Packard, Bosch, Ataka, I'm presuming that's WWF, MPTC, Atos, Linkus, and Union Bank. And then the service partners, which is your Certic with the auditing, Block Science, and TX. Now, that's a pretty good ecosystem, to be fair. And what they've developed has a real good purpose. You can also stake it, so you can earn while you're holding it. Now, the downsides for me. So the downsides are, firstly, month-on-month visitors has dropped 3 months in a row now. So it's getting about 110,000 visits a month at the moment, which is not bad for crypto, the market cap of 27 million. It's also in a long-term downtrend. That's not a good sign. And also the way the holders are distributed doesn't look great. So you've got Etherscan here, where you can see the holders, and yes, granted, obviously some Binance ones and certain Polygon ones and streaming themselves, but there's a few different wallets that hold quite high percentages of the token itself. On Ethereum, you've got the same situation on Polygon. There's quite a few wallets that hold quite high percentages, really. And even on BSC, again, there's quite a few wallets that hold quite high percentages of streaming. And the ability for any of those to dump on the market is quite dramatic. And that's worth noting because obviously that does mean, there is a risk of sort of those big wallets dumping. Now they're not massive. I mean, granted, the net value of some of the bigger wallets on Binance is only, 5, 6, 7, 8,000, which is not huge. And on Polygon, then you start to get into the tens of thousands that may be more problematic. Ethereum, however, there's a number that are holding hundreds of thousands that could be problematic. Like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth. That could be problematic. There is potential for a dump. In terms of holders, you've got 3,600 on Ethereum. You've got 38,000 on Polygon. You've got less than 1,000 on BSC. And I've not checked Genesis, but I'm imagining it's going to be less than even what BSC has or thereabouts. I can double check, mind you. See what that says. Oh wow, no, that's a lot more than I expected. 31,000, wow. Okay, so let's organise that, my holders. Should have organised that. Yeah, but small. I mean, big holdings, but in terms of net value, it's not big. So these are not necessarily going to have a significantly negative impact on the markets. The Ethereum one is more of a concern. But for me, the biggest concerns really are the fact that A, it's in a long-term downtrend, and B, it's in a downtrend in terms of the users of the website. That's a problem. You need to be on an up, even though we are on a bear cycle, you want to be in an uptrend, or you want to be at least looking like you're turning a corner. And right now, it doesn't look that way. It looks like it's sort of been free falling a little bit. So I'd be a little bit concerned about that. And then the holders, the ability for a few holders to slam it, that could be problematic. Now, look, data is a key area. Data is where the money is. That's where Facebook make their money. It's where every massive tech company globally make their money. It's not to do with, the use of the platform. It's to do with the data the platform provides. So Streamer offers a service that actually has real value. Big data in crypto is always going to have a run at some point. It'll probably be led by something like the Graph, I would imagine. And it would certainly, if it becomes a trend in the same way NFTs became a trend, DeFi became a trend, we see a big data trend once again, Streamer could certainly benefit, but it is in a long-term downtrend. And that, from 2018 to 2021, where you would have thought it would be able to possibly break that previous high, and it didn't even come close. So the long-term downtrend is there. For me, I would, I don't think this is by any means a brilliant investment. I do think it's going to get some returns. Clearly the 15-cent region is where there was a lot of volume throughout 2021. So I'd be looking at that as sort of a target point. Obviously, if it breaks above 15 cents, maybe it could hit that 22-cent region. If it breaks above that, the only way it's going to rocket higher is fundamentally it has to get above around 34 cents on a daily close, and then it's in price discovery mode, and it can just go rocket up. But I think the probability of that's pretty low, given that presently, and this can always change, data always changes, but right now the user base looks to be dropping, and again, it's in a long-term downtrend. I still think it could probably run up to about 15 cents. That seems like the sort of level that it really hovered around all throughout the bull cycle. So that would be its sort of target point going into the next bull cycle. But I'd also have a little bit of concern about the fact that there are so many wallets with massive amounts that could seriously cause a price decline. The benefits for this is it's a staking coin, though. Benefits are big data will inevitably have some sort of trend over the next couple of years because data always has relevance. So it will benefit from that. So it should have a little bit of price appreciation. If it runs up to 15 cents, that's about 4x from where it is now, between 4 and 5x. It's not bad. But yeah, I think there are better options out there. And yeah, just the fact that users are dropping, that's a concern. It's always a concern. So they need to address that, whether that's just effective marketing, onboarding more enterprises that would bring in smaller enterprises, that would bring in small, B2B clients. That could be really positive for them, but they need to do that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you a fan? Does it concern you that there's several wallets that have a ton? Does it concern you that they're in a downtrend? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos will make you money. You don't want to miss them. And if I'm talking about a coin that I don't particularly like, it'll save you money. So if you hit the subscribe button, you won't miss them. And guys, if you want to see the coins that I'm invested in for the long term, These are the coins that I think are going to be the biggest gainers, the coins that are going to make the best profit, the coins that are going to fundamentally get the best returns. Then go read copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my entire portfolio with the members, and anytime I make any change to my portfolio, whether it's buying or selling any coin, I let the members know. If you are interested in finding the winners without doing 5,000 or 10,000 hours of research, then this could be the site for you. And everything you read on the site, you can verify on this channel's history. If it interests you, come join me. If it doesn't, there's no obligation to buy. And look, the additional things that we have are, we have a ton of tutorials. So if you're a crypto beginner and don't know where to start, they're perfect for you. If you are someone that likes to hear about the markets on a daily basis and figure out where they're going, then we do that as well. We release videos every day talking about them, and we have been pinpoint accurate with them for months and months and months now. So this is a site you will at the very least need to read. And then if you decide you don't want it, then you have to read it again. But don't stop watching these videos either, guys. And I will see you soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.